All right, everybody, welcome back to Kelusport. Today, we are lucky enough to be joined by Adam Kahn of the Texas Super Kings in Major League Cricket 2025. So first question. So obviously, Major League Cricket, it's a very new league, and it's a very exciting one. So can you just walk me through the moment when you found out that it's something you're going to be a part of this upcoming season?
So the moment I found out was I was in Australia actually playing cricket, and there's a huge time difference between America and Australia, and I think it was about maybe 1 or 2 in the morning. One of my friends, personal good friends, that also plays Major League, Steven Taylor, texted me and just told me, "Congratulations, you made it to TSK." And I was just really confused because I actually didn't even know the draft was going on that day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because of the time difference. I thought it was going to be the next day. I don't know, my head was all mixed up because of the time difference. And then I got added to a group chat shortly, and I was like, oh, wow, I actually got picked. And I was just filled with excitement and happiness that I got actually picked.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I was in Australia for 3 months last year, and I'm from Boston, so I fully know what you mean about the time difference. But
yeah.
when did you meet the team for the first time?
The actual players on Super King?
Yeah.
Oh, we had our camp a week and a half ago.
Oh, okay.
That's what I actually met most of them. I mean, some of them I was gonna say Steven Wigg is the only one I actually knew beforehand because we played against each other in some tournaments and stuff. But other than that,
I see.
Most of them I've just heard about a lot of things about because we have similar teammates that we've played with. But other than that, yeah, it's my first time meeting everyone was a couple days ago at the camp. But then all the internationals are going to come in next week, so that's when I'm meeting everyone. Yeah.
Do you think it kind of felt real when you went to the camp, or do you think kind of you felt the bulk of the emotions when you actually got drafted?
Well, that's actually a good question. I definitely felt it when I went to the camp because when I actually got picked, it didn't feel real until that I saw all of the posts, I saw everyone congratulating me and stuff, but I feel it doesn't feel real until you actually put on your colors and then you actually start practicing with your team, and then you're in more of a professional environment. And I was also still focused on cricket in Australia.
Oh, so, of course, yeah, you can't lose sight of that.
Yeah.
No, I feel that, but it'll feel really real in a couple of weeks once the league starts up.
Oh yeah, it's gonna feel unbelievable. I can already I had a small taste at the camp, even though it was not Major League or anything yet. We're still in the environment, but I know it's gonna be times 10 when the actual season starts.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to it as a fan. So to be someone who's playing in it, that must be completely different. And so already mentioned, like you said, the international players be arriving soon. And obviously, there's a lot of big stars in Major League Cricket, even though it's a very young league. And obviously, your Texas Super Kings is no exception. I was looking at the roster just last night. I mean, obviously, Faf du Plessis, Marcus Stoinis, Devin Conway. What's it like with names that big? Those would be your teammates in a couple of weeks. I guess, how does that feel?
It's kind of surreal. Obviously, you see them on TV playing IPL and all of that. So you never really imagine that, that could be someone I'm talking to in the locker room in a couple of weeks. But I mean, I'm just kind of excited to kind of get to know them more than just a cricket player, rather than just focus strictly on cricket, because I'm sure they have great personalities outside of that. And then obviously bowling to them in the nets would probably be pretty cool as well. Trying to get them out.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, but yeah, I'd love to get to know them outside of just cricket.
Do you think
get the inner workings?
What do you think having players of that, like you say, have been in the IPL, kind of played these very high-level international tournaments? What do you think having these players in the locker room will do for the team?
I'd say it definitely brings some experience, maybe some security in some of the players that are a little bit nervous. They'll have someone to talk to that's been playing cricket for years and years and years, and in crowds of the hundreds of thousands, right? So I guess it brings that veteran locker room experience where you could just kind of have someone to talk to that's been there, has been in your shoes before.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Just even as a fan, I think the way MLC is set up so good just for cricket in America and growing the domestic players as well. I mean, you have obviously the domestic players coming up and just kind of learning from some of the best. So I think it's already been a great success. So I'm just looking forward to seeing that play out. And so we talk about being in the start of your career, I guess, is goal setting something you think about? Do you have like a set goal for your career? Like, is there a certain league you want to make, a certain trophy you want to win, or you just take it day by day, stay focused?
I'd say like I have definitely like short-term goals rather than long-term ones. I feel
Okay.
like at the end of my career, I want to be someone, but I can't put an exact goal onto that because you never know where life is going to take you, right?
Yeah, for
And
sure.
you also have to be like very appreciative of what actually happens to you in your life and just take it one by one. Like if you set a huge goal for yourself and you end up maybe not getting to it, or maybe you get to it and it's not what you think, you actually set yourself up for disappointment, I feel like. And I feel like I have a lot more short term goals day by day, just focusing on what I can do right now in this moment right now. Because if I keep focusing about the future too much, I feel like I'll end up worrying about my game now. And right now, I just got to focus on Major League, got to focus on my performance. And then from there, like, it'll take me to who knows where, right? And that's just something I just have an open mind to. Like, wherever life takes me, I'll go 100%.
And I think that's a really good way to be. Obviously, get excited about the future, enjoy the moment, but obviously, gotta stay disciplined, keep your head down. I think that's a great way to be. And we already talked a bit about kind of cricket in America, and as someone who's been around, who's obviously going to be in MLC, who's been the development programs, what have you noticed? Like, has there been a big shift in American cricket culture overall? Like, is there any changes you've noticed ever since MLC's become a thing that you've noted that you've kind of picked up on?
Yeah, it's a great question. I've been part of like I'd say the setup for USA Pathways since probably like 2018, 2019. I've been playing youth cricket ever since 2016. I definitely see like a huge change in youth cricket since the pandemic, since 2020.
Okay.
And obviously the introduction of minor league and the introduction of major league. I feel like it's given a lot of kids, like even myself before I even got picked, like a lot of hope to play like professional cricket in the U.S. because all we had really was a USA team. That's about it. And so now with Major League introduced, you have some of like the bigger IPL franchises a part of it, and like the huge superstars a part of it. It's giving like hope to a lot of players, right? And also along with the major leagues, you have minor league, and I feel like minor league also gives a huge opportunity for everyone to actually showcase their talents because sometimes the pathway programs aren't enough. Like with just let's say you want to play for the USA team, you'd have a 4-day camp to like showcase all your skills, whereas like minor league you have 10 weeks 10 games to actually play, and either you can pop off or maybe see what you need to work on for the next year, right? And also with the introduction of cricket into the Olympics, I think that's a huge thing for the US too. And obviously cricket coming to America for the World Cup, I think that's a huge thing as well. I do see a huge shift, but definitely for the positive, and I think it's definitely a growing game. Like I feel like every state that I've been to play cricket, you can see like how big the academies are getting and how many kids actually want to learn and play cricket. So I'd say yeah, like it's definitely growing. The scene has definitely changed a lot.
Yeah, it's interesting you mention the Olympics because that's something as a cricket fan I've always wondered why it isn't in the Olympics. So I think the fact that America is kind of the first ones to do it, I think the rest of the people that don't necessarily watch cricket, I think it's great to kind of have an audience and maybe pull in a few other people because that's how the Olympics works. I mean, I watched skateboarding last year, didn't really do that before, so I think that it's really interesting you mentioned that because I thought the same thing. And I think it definitely has an impact on a grassroots level as well. Like I remember when I was, because I'm 19, so I just graduated high school last year. But I
You're
remember,
19?
yeah,
No way.
yeah, no, I am. Just look a bit older, just the beard. But so, in like I remember when I was in elementary school, like no one really knew what cricket was, and then by the time I reached high school, my local town had a cricket league I could play in, and there would be people that would be walking their dogs around the field, and they'd kind of go over to the bench, be like, "What's this about? What's going on?" And we were always more than happy to explain, like, "Oh, this is cricket." And I do think it. I said the same thing last year when I interviewed a few major league cricketers, but I do think it's only getting better every year. So it's really exciting times, and just to build on that, I guess like. Where do you see the U.S. cricket scene in 5 years? I know it's a very open and a question, very vague, but just from what you've seen, kind of from being inside the system, being inside the academies, is there anything kind of specific you might expect in the next couple of years?
I wouldn't say I expect anything necessarily over the next 5 years. I mean, obviously, there are like do expect for it to like grow substantially. Like I feel like there's gonna be so many kids playing cricket in the next 5 years. 100%. That's the only thing we can guarantee. You never know what's gonna happen with pro cricket in general with America. Like hopefully it just grows even more, and I feel like at this rate it will. And within the next 5 years, it's going to be the Olympics, definitely. So we could see how that actually changes in the U.S. because it's going to be filmed nationally for everyone to see. So the sport is definitely going to grow. Already, the USA, when we won in the Super 8s, or we got to the Super 8s in the World Cup,
That was a really
blew
big
up
deal.
all over TikTok. Yeah, and I had a lot of my own personal friends just ask me what that meant and see what happens. I mean, I hope it's going to be very good. I mean, it's projected to be like the sports projected to be like growing a lot more within the next couple of years. So.
It's funny you mentioned the last World Cup because I remember when that happened. I had my friends that like I didn't know had any interest in cricket. I think it was when the US beat Pakistan. Was it? Everyone's messaging like, "Oh, did you see the win? What a big win!" I'm like, "What do you mean? Since when are you into cricket?" But the thing is, that's all you need. All you need is one result. All you need is one big moment. And with social media now, it gets around. So I'm really looking forward to that. Just as a fan. And I guess.
Sure.
So whether it be kind of like an all-time favorite player, or maybe just someone you like the way they play, I guess like if someone says who's your favorite cricket player, is there someone that comes to mind? Is there a few people?
I don't know. I'm a leg spinner, so it's really hard for me to just choose like one person. But I mean, obviously, love Shane Warne. I feel like he's a big inspiration.
Oh yeah, of course.
Spinners. But personally, the person I resonate the most with is probably like Adam Zampa, just for like obviously our bowling styles I'd say are pretty similar. On top of like I'd say like he's pretty fashion based, just like me. Like I don't know how my hair dyed just like him. Like how
No, I respect that. I had the blonde hair a few years ago.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the person I can relate to the most, even outside of cricket. So on top of my name is Adam, his name is Adam.
Oh yeah, it's perfect.
Both leggies, like I don't know, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, no, it's meant to be. I love that. Yeah, because like I mentioned, I was in Australia last year, and I was lucky enough to see the Australia-Pakistan ODI, and like Zampa, they love him down there. Like I definitely see what you mean. I think he's definitely a bit of a fan favorite. So
yeah, 100%.
Do you have like an earliest cricket memory that you can think of? I know it's a tough question, but I guess like your earliest memory that anything related to cricket. I guess how far back does that go?
I'd say when I was about 5 years old. I think I remember. So my dad used to play cricket back in the day in Pakistan, and I think he got me like a plastic ball and a plastic bat, and I'm pretty sure I just remember him throwing it to me, and I was just hitting it back, and he would just end up picking up the plastic bat, and I'd just run up and bowl. I actually have a video, I think, somewhere of me at the Broward Cricket Stadium bowling with a hard ball against the wall, just running up and throwing the ball. So I'd say those are my two like earliest memories that I can remember.
Yeah, because I grew up in America, but my dad's from the UK, so whenever my family would visit, they'd always bring like a plastic cricket bat, and I have the exact same memory, just being out in the street, hitting tennis balls or whatever. Bit of a fun one next. So if all MLC roster rules, let's just put them all out the window for the sake of this. Who's one player, any cricketer in the world, that you would sign to the Texas Super Kings, and why would it be them?
I'd say Virat Kohli, like 100%.
Okay. Yeah, no.
Like, as much as I love Adam Zampa, I feel like if Virat Kohli was on our team, I think that completely changed the entire dynamics of our team. Like, one, he's going to bring in huge amount of crowds.
Oh, yeah.
He's also one of the best batsmen to ever play the game. So I'd say definitely Kohli. And also just to pick his brain a little bit, as a leg spinner, like, what is he looking for whenever I bowl, right? And if I can pick his brain and try to understand him a little bit more, maybe it'll be easier when I play against some of the other internationals.
Yeah, that'd be incredible too, because obviously Dallas is such a big market as well. Just like you say, like that would bring in crowds. Like having Kohli in Texas, that would be something.
Oh my God, the stadium would be filled out every single night he played. So it'd be great. Actually, getting that exposure too.
Big the Luka trade for cricket, but. And speaking of Luka trade, I guess, do you have a favorite sport like besides cricket that you watch or play recreationally? And
I'd say definitely like honestly like basketball.
Yeah. Do you think there's any basketball player that would be alright at cricket? Like, if you had to pick one current NBA player to like give cricket a go, who do you think it would be and why? That's a bit of a random question, but
I'd say like probably LeBron James. Like I feel like every kid that's grown up in from like the 2000s up until now has been like that's just been their idol.
oh yeah,
100%. I don't know. You see all like the reels and TikToks about LeBron James. So he's also was in Miami where I live. So
oh okay, that's cool.
growing up, so he's like kind of like my big idol.
And like I said, like definitely my friend group, LeBron, like everyone just defends him with their life. That's just how it is. It's just kind of like he's the man. Bit of another fun one. Do you have like a go-to pregame hype song?
I don't think so.
No.
Like I used to. I want to say like I used to, but then I actually found out like farmer music actually helps me out a lot more than like the hype music.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Just kind of get
Unless
locked
you
in,
want
get ahead in the game sort of thing.
Pre-game calm song is like I could tell you that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, go for it. Any pregame.
I'd say like over the last couple of years, like playing minor league, it'd probably be like "Show Me How," Men I Trust.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it'd just be something calm. Just meditate a little bit to it rather than get hyped.
Do you think that's something you kind of noticed throughout the more you played that's a better approach to maybe calm yourself down, take a few deep breaths, put on some calm music? And do you think that's something you realize? Think it's different for everybody?
I'd say it's different for everyone. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I'd say I have some friends that definitely like listening to like high music before a game, whereas me, like, I don't know. I feel like the calm music is more of my type of vibe, and I just
That's fair.
kind of like it helps me lock in, like rather than other people, and I feel like it's completely like a unique experience for everyone. Some people like meditating, some people like running, some people just like blasting music in their ears before the game. Sometimes I prefer not to listen to music. Sometimes I just rather just think. But I could see myself definitely listening to some like calm music, and I also have like a playlist that I used to play every single morning before every game during minor league that I just listen to in the morning, and then that'd be it for the rest of the day.
Oh, okay. I know, that's interesting. Oh, yeah, that's all the questions I had. Obviously, thank you very much for coming on. Best of luck with the season. I don't want to put too much pressure on you, but the two players I interviewed last year is Akash Badagam from Washington Freedom and then Sanjay Krishnamurti from San Francisco Unicorns. So obviously they went on to play each other in the final. So I don't want to jinx anything, but best of luck is all I'll say.
Yeah, it'd be great if we ended up in the finals.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely be cheering you on. I'll be keeping an eye out on Super Kings this year.